Child, listen very carefully because this message is not random and it is not meant for everyone, it is meant for you, because someone is secretly in love with you. And the truth is, it is not who you expect, not the person you keep thinking about, not the one you have been watching or waiting on, but someone much closer to your energy than you realize, someone who has been quietly observing you, understanding you, feeling connected to you in ways they have never fully expressed, and while you have been looking in one direction, your heart focused on what you thought was your story, there has been another story unfolding silently in the background, one that you did not notice because it was not loud, not dramatic, not obvious, but deeply real, and this person has been carrying feelings for you for longer than you think, feelings they tried to ignore at first, feelings they tried to push aside because they were unsure if you would ever see them the same way, but those feelings did not go away, they grew, slowly, quietly, becoming stronger every time they saw you, every time they heard your voice, every time they noticed the little things about you that others overlook. And what makes this even more powerful is that this person knows you on a deeper level than you realize. They understand your moods, your silences, your patterns, they notice when something is off even when you say nothing, and that kind of awareness does not come from surface-level attraction, it comes from genuine emotional connection. But the reason you have not realized this yet is because they have been hiding it well, not out of manipulation, but out of fear. Fear of losing the connection they already have with you, fear of being seen differently, fear of risking everything for something they are not sure you are ready to accept, and so they have stayed in the background, close enough to feel you, but distant enough to protect themselves, and you may have felt something from them at times, a strange comfort, a sense of familiarity, a moment where their presence felt different but you could not explain why. And those moments were real. Those were glimpses of what they feel for you, but you did not recognize them because your focus was elsewhere, your expectations were shaped by a different idea of love, one that felt more obvious, more intense, more visible, but what you are being shown now is something different, something quieter but stronger, something that does not need to prove itself through dramatic gestures but shows itself through consistency, through presence, through understanding, and this is the kind of love that often goes unnoticed until the moment it reveals itself, and that moment is getting closer, because this person is reaching a point where they can no longer hide what they feel, they are beginning to realize that staying silent is becoming more painful than taking the risk, and that realization is pushing them toward action, toward a moment where they will have to express what has been hidden for so long. And that moment may come in a way you do not expect, it may not be a grand confession, it may be something simple, something subtle, but it will carry truth, it will carry emotion, it will carry a depth that you will feel instantly, and when that moment comes you must be ready to see it for what it is, not dismiss it, not overlook it, but recognize it, because this is not just about them. This is also about you being open to something you did not anticipate, something that may not match your expectations but aligns deeply with your heart, and if you feel resistance to that idea right now, if you feel yourself questioning it, understand that this is your mind trying to stay within what feels familiar, but what is meant for you is not always what you expect, sometimes it is better, sometimes it is deeper. Sometimes it is exactly what you need even if you did not realize it, and this is why you must stay open, you must stay aware. You must allow yourself to feel what is being shown to you without immediately judging it, because the person who is secretly in love with you is not trying to confuse you, they are trying to gather the courage to be honest, and that honesty deserves to be received with clarity, with calm, with openness. But your energy still plays a role in how this unfolds, because your openness creates space for them to step forward, and your doubt can create hesitation, so you must align yourself with clarity, you must allow yourself to receive what is coming without resistance. And that is why you are being guided to take action right now. So click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your awareness seed. You are declaring, I open my eyes to what is real, I allow hidden truth to be revealed, I welcome love that is aligned with me. And when you take this step, you are strengthening your ability to recognize what is in front of you. You are removing the filters that have kept you focused on the wrong direction. And you are allowing the truth to come into your awareness more clearly, because this is not just about someone loving you, it is about you seeing that love, understanding it, and choosing what to do with it. And as this process continues, you will begin to notice more signs, more moments that feel different, more interactions that carry a deeper meaning, and these are not coincidences, they are confirmations, they are the unfolding of something that has been building quietly for a long time, and you must not ignore them. You must not dismiss them as imagination, because awareness is what allows you to step into what is being offered to you, and what is being offered to you now is something real, something grounded, something that has the potential to grow into something meaningful if you allow it, but allowing it requires trust, it requires you to let go of rigid expectations and be open to what is actually present, and that is not always easy. But it is necessary if you want to experience something different from what you have experienced before, and this is your moment to choose that difference, to choose awareness over assumption, to choose openness over fear, and to align yourself with what is truly meant for you. So once again, do not hesitate, click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your clarity seed. You are saying, I trust what is being revealed. I allow this connection to come into the light. I am ready to receive what I did not expect but what is meant for me. And when you do this, you are reinforcing the path that is unfolding, making it easier for truth to reveal itself, and as that truth becomes visible, you will begin to understand why this message found you, why this moment matters, and why the person who has been secretly in love with you is no longer meant to stay hidden, because what is hidden is now ready to be seen, and what is meant for you is now ready to be recognized. Child, stay with me, because what is unfolding now goes even deeper than what you have just realized. This is the stage where what has been hidden begins to move toward expression, where the person who has been secretly in love with you can no longer hold everything inside the way they used to, because their feelings have reached a point where silence is becoming too heavy, too uncomfortable, and too real to ignore. And you must understand this clearly, they are not just feeling something small or temporary, this is something they have carried for a long time, something that has grown through observation, through connection, through moments they have shared with you that you may have thought were ordinary but meant everything to them, and now those feelings are beginning to push them toward a decision, a moment where they must either reveal what they feel or risk losing the chance to ever express it, and that pressure is building inside them right now, creating a sense of urgency that they have never felt before. And you may be noticing subtle shifts around you as well, a change in the way they interact with you, a deeper attention, a different tone, a presence that feels more intentional than before, and these are not coincidences, these are signs that their emotions are starting to surface, that what was once hidden is beginning to show itself in small but meaningful ways, and this is where your awareness becomes important. Because if you are not paying attention, you might overlook these signs, you might dismiss them as normal behavior, but they are not normal, they are part of a larger shift, part of something that is preparing to reveal itself fully, and when that revelation comes it may not look the way you expect, it may not be dramatic or perfectly timed, it may come in a simple moment, a conversation that suddenly feels deeper, a confession that seems unexpected but carries truth. And when it happens you must be ready to recognize it, not question it into confusion, not push it away out of fear, but receive it with clarity, because this is not just about them finding the courage to speak, this is also about you being ready to hear what they have to say, and readiness requires openness. It requires you to let go of fixed expectations and allow yourself to experience what is actually present, because sometimes what is meant for you does not arrive in the form you imagined, but it carries exactly what you need, and this is one of those moments. But listen carefully, even though they are moving closer to expressing their feelings, there is still a part of them that fears rejection, that fears that you may not feel the same, that fears that revealing everything could change the dynamic between you, and this fear is what has kept them silent for so long. But now that silence is breaking, slowly but surely, and your energy plays a role in how easily that happens. Because your openness creates safety, your calm creates reassurance, and your awareness creates space for truth to come forward, so you must align yourself with that energy. You must not fall into doubt or overthinking now, because doubt can create hesitation on both sides, and hesitation can delay what is ready to happen, and you have come too far for that. This is the moment to step into awareness fully. So right now click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your awareness seed. You are declaring, I open my heart and my eyes to what is being revealed. I allow hidden love to come into the light, and when you take this step you are strengthening your ability to recognize the truth in front of you. You are removing the confusion that once kept you looking in the wrong direction, and you are allowing yourself to see what has been there all along, because this person has not appeared suddenly. They have been part of your life in some way, close enough to observe, close enough to feel connected, but not close enough for you to fully see what they feel. And now that is changing. Now the distance between what is felt and what is expressed is becoming smaller, and that is when everything begins to shift, because once truth is spoken, everything becomes clearer. The connection either deepens or it transforms, but it does not stay the same, and you must be ready for that change, not afraid of it, not resistant to it, but open to experiencing it, because change is what allows growth, and growth is what allows something real to form. But you must also remain grounded, because when emotions are revealed it can feel intense, it can bring up questions, it can create moments of uncertainty, and in those moments you must return to your awareness, to your clarity, to your understanding that this is not something random, this is something that has been building for a long time, something that deserves to be handled with care, with patience, with honesty. And honesty is important not just for them but for you as well, because when they express what they feel, you must also be honest with yourself about what you feel, not what you think you should feel, not what you expect to feel, but what is truly present within you, and that honesty will guide your response. It will help you navigate what comes next in a way that is aligned with your truth, and that is what matters most. Because this is not about forcing a connection. This is about recognizing one that already exists and deciding how to move forward with it, and your clarity will shape that decision, your awareness will guide that process, and your openness will determine how fully you experience what is being offered to you. So once more, do not hesitate. Click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your clarity seed. You are saying, I trust what is being revealed. I allow this connection to come forward without fear. I am ready to see and receive what is meant for me, and when you do this, you are reinforcing the energy of truth, making it easier for everything to come into the open, and as it does you will begin to see the full picture, not just pieces of it, not just hints, but the reality of what has been hidden, and that reality may surprise you. It may challenge your expectations, but it will also bring clarity, and clarity is what allows you to move forward without confusion, without doubt, and with the understanding that what is meant for you does not stay hidden forever. It reveals itself at the right time, in the right way, and that time is very close now. so stay open, stay aware, stay ready, because what is about to be revealed will change the way you see this connection completely. Child, now you have reached the moment where everything that has been hidden can no longer remain in the shadows. This is the phase where the truth does not just move closer. It reveals itself, and what this person who is secretly in love with you is really doing now is preparing to cross the line between silence and expression, between feeling and action, and you must understand how powerful this moment is, because they have carried this within them for a long time. They have watched, felt, understood, and held back, but now something inside them is shifting in a way they cannot control anymore. Their emotions are no longer quiet, they are demanding to be acknowledged, to be spoken, to be seen by you, and this creates a turning point, not just for them but for you as well, because once something hidden is revealed, everything changes, the dynamic shifts, the energy transforms, and the connection either grows into something new or takes a different path entirely, but it does not remain the same, and this is why you are being prepared, because when this moment arrives it may feel sudden, it may feel unexpected, but in truth it has been building for a long time, and you must be ready to receive it with clarity, not confusion, because confusion can cause you to misinterpret what is real, and what is coming now is real. It carries depth, it carries sincerity, it carries the weight of everything they have not said until now, and when they finally express it, it may not be perfect, it may not come out exactly the way they imagined, but you will feel the truth in it. You will feel the difference between surface-level words and something that comes from the heart, and that feeling is what you must trust, not your assumptions, not your expectations, but the energy of what is being shared with you, because your mind may try to question it, to analyze it, to compare it to what you thought love should look like. But this is not about fitting into an expectation, this is about recognizing what is genuine, and genuine love does not always arrive in the form you imagined. Sometimes it arrives quietly, sometimes it arrives unexpectedly, but when it is real, it feels different, it feels steady, it feels grounded, it feels like something you can trust, and this is what you are being shown now. But listen carefully, even though they are preparing to reveal everything, there is still vulnerability in them, there is still a part of them that fears how you will respond, that fears that you may not feel the same. That fears that this moment could either bring them closer to you or create distance, and that vulnerability must be respected, it must be handled with care, because courage like this does not come easily, it comes after a long internal journey, and your response will shape what happens next, so you must respond from awareness, from calm, from honesty, not from fear or defensiveness. Because fear can close a door that is meant to open, and you have not come this far to close that door now. This is the moment to stay open, to stay grounded, to allow yourself to experience what is being offered without immediately reacting, and if you feel uncertainty within yourself, if you feel unsure about how to respond, take a moment to reconnect with your own truth, to understand what you feel. Because this is not just about them expressing their love, this is about you recognizing your own feelings and deciding how to move forward in a way that is aligned with you, but your energy still plays a role in how smoothly this unfolds. Because your openness creates safety, your presence creates reassurance, and your clarity creates space for the connection to evolve naturally, so you must align yourself with that energy. You must not let doubt or overthinking take control, because those patterns can create resistance, and resistance can complicate something that is meant to be simple, and this is meant to be simple, not easy, but clear, honest, and real, and that is what you must hold on to in this moment. So right now click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your courage seed. You are declaring, I am ready to face the truth, I am open to receiving love, I will not let fear block what is meant for me, and when you take this step you are strengthening your own ability to stay present and grounded. You are supporting the energy of honesty and openness that is needed for this moment to unfold in the right way, because this is not just about hearing what they feel. It is about allowing that truth to exist between you without distortion, without fear, without unnecessary complications, and as this happens you will begin to see the connection more clearly. You will begin to understand why this person has been in your life, why their presence has felt different, why certain moments stood out even if you did not fully understand them at the time, and all of those pieces will begin to come together, forming a clearer picture of what has been hidden and what is now being revealed. And this clarity will give you the power to make a conscious decision, not based on confusion or pressure, but based on understanding, based on truth, and that is what matters most, because this is your moment to choose, to decide how you want to move forward, to decide whether this connection is something you want to explore, something you want to grow, or something you want to release, and whatever you choose must come from your truth, not from expectation, not from fear, but from a place of clarity, and that clarity is what you are being guided to. Step into now. So once more, do not hesitate. Click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your trust seed. You are saying, I trust what is being revealed. I allow this connection to unfold naturally. I am open to what is meant for me. And when you do this, you are reinforcing your alignment. You are creating a space where everything can unfold with honesty and clarity. And as it does, you will feel a shift. A sense of understanding replacing confusion, a sense of calm replacing uncertainty, and that is how you will know that you are moving in the right direction, because when something is real, it does not leave you in constant doubt, it brings you clarity. Even if that clarity leads to a difficult decision, it still feels grounded, it still feels true, and that is what you are stepping into now, a moment of truth. A moment of revelation, a moment where what has been hidden is finally seen, and once it is seen, everything changes, and you are ready for that change, even if you do not fully realize it yet. So stay open, stay aware, stay grounded, because what is about to happen will not only reveal what this person feels for you, it will also reveal what you truly feel in return, and that is where the real journey begins. Child, now you have arrived at the stage where everything that has been revealed begins to settle into reality. This is not about discovery anymore, this is about decision, because once hidden love comes into the light, it asks for a response, it asks for direction, it asks for truth from both sides, and what this person who is secretly in love with you is really doing now is watching, not in silence anymore but in awareness. Observing how you receive what they have shared, feeling your energy, understanding your response, and preparing themselves for what comes next based on what they sense from you, because even though they have gathered the courage to express their feelings, they are still vulnerable, they are still sensitive to how you react, and that vulnerability is something you must handle with care, because this is not just a moment of confession, this is a moment of transformation, where the connection shifts from hidden to visible, from uncertain to defined, and this is where many people become overwhelmed, because when something real presents itself, it removes the comfort of not knowing, it replaces it with the responsibility of choosing, and choice can feel heavy when emotions are involved, but you must not let that overwhelm you. You must approach this moment with clarity, with calm, with honesty, because honesty is what will guide both of you forward in the right direction. And this is not about giving an immediate answer or forcing a decision before you are ready. This is about understanding what you feel, understanding what this connection means to you, and allowing yourself the space to process it without pressure, because what is real does not need to be rushed, it needs to be understood, it needs to be felt fully, and your soulmate understands this as well. They are not expecting perfection from you. They are not expecting an instant response. They are hoping for sincerity, for truth, for a response that reflects who you really are and what you genuinely feel, and that is what you must give. But listen carefully, even as you take your time to understand your feelings, your energy still matters, because the way you carry yourself, the way you respond, the way you communicate will either create openness or create distance, and you must choose openness, not by forcing yourself to feel something you do not, but by allowing the situation to unfold without fear controlling your actions, because fear can cause you to push away something that deserves to be explored, and you do not want to make that mistake now, not when everything has come this far. This is the moment to remain grounded, to stay present, to observe not just what they are offering but how it makes you feel, because your feelings are your guide. They will tell you whether this connection is something that aligns with you or something that does not, and there is no right or wrong answer. There is only truth. But your ability to see that truth clearly depends on your alignment, and that is why you must reinforce your clarity in this moment. So right now click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your clarity seed. You are declaring, I see the truth clearly, I understand my feelings, I allow myself to choose what is right for me. And when you take this step you are strengthening your awareness. You are removing the confusion that can arise in emotional moments, and you are allowing yourself to navigate this situation with confidence instead of doubt, because doubt can cloud your judgment, it can make you question things that are actually clear, and you must not let that happen now. This is a moment that requires presence, not overthinking, awareness, not assumption. And as you stay present you will begin to notice how the connection evolves, how conversations deepen, how understanding grows, and how both of you begin to adjust to this new reality where everything is no longer hidden. And this adjustment may take time, it may feel unfamiliar at first, but that is natural, because anything new requires a period of adaptation, and you must allow that process to happen without rushing it. Because rushing can create pressure, and pressure can distort what is actually meant to develop naturally, and this connection has the potential to develop into something meaningful if it is given the space to grow. But growth requires patience, it requires communication, it requires both of you to be honest about your thoughts and feelings as things progress, and your soulmate is willing to do that. They have already shown their willingness by stepping out of silence, by revealing what they feel, and now they are waiting to see if you will meet them in that openness, not necessarily with the same feelings, but with the same honesty, and honesty is what will determine the future of this connection, because without it there can be confusion, there can be misunderstanding, there can be assumptions that lead to distance, but with honesty there is clarity. There is understanding, there is a foundation that can either grow into something deeper or transform into something else without resentment or regret, and that is what you must aim for, not perfection but clarity, not certainty but truth, and as you continue to move through this moment you will begin to feel a sense of direction forming, a clearer understanding of what this connection means to you and how you want to move forward. And that understanding will bring a sense of calm, a sense of knowing that does not need to be forced, and that is how you will know that you are aligned, because alignment feels steady, it feels grounded, it does not create constant confusion, and if you feel confusion, take it as a sign to pause, to reconnect with yourself, to reinforce your clarity. So once more, do not hesitate. Click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your trust seed. You are saying, I trust my feelings, I trust the process, I allow this connection to unfold in the right way, and when you do this you are strengthening your ability to navigate this moment with confidence, with awareness, and with honesty, and as you do that everything will begin to fall into place naturally. the connection will either grow into something deeper or shift into something that serves you in a different way. But either way it will bring clarity, it will bring understanding, and it will move you forward instead of keeping you stuck in uncertainty, and that is the purpose of this moment, not just to reveal hidden love but to guide you toward truth, toward a decision that aligns with who you are and what you truly want, and you are ready for that, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it feels challenging, you are ready to see clearly, to feel honestly, and to choose consciously, so stay open, stay grounded, stay aware, because what happens next will not just shape this connection, it will shape your understanding of love itself, and that is something powerful, something meaningful, something that will stay with you long after this moment has passed. Child, now you have reached the stage where everything becomes clear not just in what is happening around you, but in what is happening within you. This is the phase where the connection is no longer about discovery or confusion, it is about understanding and conscious choice. Because what this person who has been secretly in love with you is really doing now is no longer hiding, no longer guessing, no longer standing in the background. They are standing in truth, in openness, in a place where they have already taken the risk to show you what they feel, and now they are holding space, watching how you move, how you respond, how you feel, not to judge you but to understand whether this connection has a future that can grow or whether it was meant to be a moment of revelation that brings clarity to both of you. And this is where everything becomes real, because now the focus shifts from them to you, from what they feel to what you feel. And this is something you cannot avoid anymore. You cannot stay in uncertainty, you cannot stay in passive observation, because this moment is asking you to decide, not in a rushed or pressured way, but in a truthful way, in a way that reflects your heart, your values, your readiness, and your understanding of what you want moving forward, and that truth may not come instantly. It may take a little time, a little reflection, a little space to fully understand what you feel. But what is important is that you do not ignore it, you do not push it aside, you do not let fear or doubt distort it, because this is a rare moment where something hidden has been revealed, and when something like this happens it is meant to bring clarity, not confusion, but clarity requires awareness, it requires you to be honest with yourself, to ask yourself not what you think you should feel, not what others would expect you to feel, but what you genuinely feel when you are quiet, when you are present, when you are not influenced by external thoughts or past experiences, and that honesty is what will guide you. But listen carefully, even though this moment is about your choice, your energy still affects the connection, because the way you communicate, the way you respond, the way you carry yourself will either create a sense of openness or a sense of distance, and you must choose openness, not by forcing yourself into something that is not aligned, but by allowing the truth to exist without resistance, because resistance can create confusion. Even when things are clear, and you must not let that happen now, this is the moment to stay grounded, to stay calm, to allow yourself to feel everything without rushing to define it immediately, because what is real does not need to be rushed, it needs to be understood. And as you take that time you will begin to notice something important, you will begin to see this person differently, not as someone hidden in the background, but as someone who has been present in your life in a meaningful way, someone who has seen you, understood you, and cared for you without needing recognition, and that realization may shift your perspective, it may open your eyes to something you did not notice before, and that is part of the process. Part of what this moment is meant to do, it is meant to expand your awareness, to help you see beyond your expectations and into what is actually present. But seeing clearly also requires alignment, it requires you to release any confusion, any doubt, any fear that may cloud your perception, and that is why you must take action again in this moment, So right now click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your clarity seed. You are declaring, I see with truth, I feel with honesty, I allow myself to understand what is right for me. And when you take this step, you are strengthening your ability to remain grounded in your own awareness. You are removing the noise that can interfere with your understanding, and you are allowing yourself to move forward with confidence instead of hesitation, because hesitation can keep you stuck even when the answer is already within you, and you do not want to stay stuck now, not when everything has been revealed so clearly. This is your moment to step forward, not necessarily into a relationship, but into your own truth, into your own understanding of what you want and what you are ready for. And that is what will guide your next step, because this connection can only grow if it is met with authenticity, with honesty from both sides, and your soulmate has already shown their authenticity. They have already taken the step to reveal what they feel, and now it is your turn to meet that truth with your own, whatever that truth may be, and as you do this you will notice a shift, a sense of clarity replacing confusion, a sense of calm replacing uncertainty, and that is how you will know that you are aligned. Because alignment does not feel chaotic, it feels steady, it feels grounded, it feels like you can trust what you are feeling without needing constant reassurance, and that is what you are stepping into now, a space where you no longer have to question everything, where you can simply understand, feel, and choose, and that choice will shape what comes next, not just in this connection but in how you experience love moving forward, because moments like this change you, they expand your awareness, they deepen your understanding, they teach you to recognize what is real and what is not, and that is a gift, regardless of the outcome, but your ability to fully receive that gift depends on your openness, your willingness to trust your own feelings, and your willingness to let go of fear. And if you feel any fear rising within you, if you feel unsure or hesitant, pause and realign. Remind yourself that you are safe to feel, safe to choose, safe to trust yourself, and reinforce that alignment again. So once more, do not hesitate. Click the link in the description and leave your $30 seed offering. This is your trust seed. You are saying, I trust my heart, I trust my path, I allow myself to choose what is meant for me without fear, and when you do this you are strengthening your connection to your own truth, making it easier for you to move forward with clarity, with confidence, and with peace, and as you continue on this path everything will begin to settle into place. Not in a forced way but in a natural way, because when you are aligned with your truth, everything around you aligns as well. And that is where this journey leads, not just to understanding this connection, but to understanding yourself on a deeper level, and that understanding is what will guide you toward the love that is truly meant for you, whether it is with this person or along a different path, because what is meant for you will always meet you in clarity, in honesty, and in alignment, and you are now ready to recognize that fully.